Welcome to Science Visualized. Today we're looking at how to name alkyl groups. We start with an alkane. Alkane ends with A and E. The alkyl group that's derived from the alkane is called an alkyl group, so you replace the A and E with YL. First example is methane. The alkyl group from that is methyl, so you see the YL replaces the A and E. The formula for methane is CH4, which is basically carbon with 4 hydrogens. But when you convert it to the alkyl group, you lose this hydrogen. So you cut it here. And therefore you show it like this. So that becomes the alkyl group derived from methane. So it has CH3 as part of another group. So there is something else on this side bonded to that. So that alkyl group, this group, is called methyl. If the alkane you're starting with is butane, remember butane has 4 carbons. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. The alkyl group derived from that will be the 4 carbons, and then you break it off there. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that group will be called butyl group. This is very important when you're naming alkanes and all organic molecules. Usually the side groups will be some form of alkyl group, and therefore you'll include that as part of the name. They are usually substituents. With 5 carbons, the alkane is called pentane, so it has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. The alkyl group derived from that, so that 5 will be part of a chain of a side group to something else, is pentyl, YL. You can also apply the same to cyclic compounds, like for example, if you have 5 carbons, cyclic compound is called cyclopentane. So it's one word, cyclopentane, and that has 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can imagine each of those 5 carbons has 2 hydrogens. So if you remove one hydrogen and you make it part of a group, then it becomes an alkyl group, and that will be cyclohexyl group. So see, cyclopentane, the A and E, you replace that with YL because now it's an alkyl group, cyclohexyl. With 2 carbons, ethane, so it has 1 and 2 carbons. Remember, carbon makes 4 bonds, so you have 3 hydrogens on each carbon. Then when you lose one hydrogen and you replace that with a chain, so it becomes part of a side group like that. So that becomes ethyl. Again, remember the YL replaces the A and E. With 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3, that's propane. Its alkyl group, you drop one hydrogen and then make it part of a side chain, it becomes propyl. So again, you replace with YL. Hexane has 6 carbons, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then when you make it when you make it part of a chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then now you make that part of a chain, and that becomes hexyl. Heptane is just like hexane, but now it has 7 carbons. So you have 7 carbons, and its alkyl group is heptyl. Then we can continue with 8 carbons, octane. So remember the octagon, like the stop sign. Octane has 8 sides. Its alkyl group will be octyl. So remember the octagon for octane. Remember propane and butane for cooking gas. So butane, those are gas mostly used for cooking. When you elongate the chain to 5, it becomes a liquid. So below 5, methane, that's 1 hydrogen, and then ethane and propane and butane are gases. And then with 5 carbons, pentane, remember the pentagon has 5 sides. So the pentagon, the US military headquarters, and also the pentagon shape has 5 sides. Let's continue. With 9 carbons, it's called nonane. You just drop the A and E, and now it becomes nonyl. That would be the alkyl group with 9 carbons. With 10 carbons, it's decane. Remember 10 years, a decade. So decane. Then you drop the A and E, and that becomes decyl. 11 carbons is unidecane, and that will become unidecyl. 12 carbons, dodecane will become dodecyl. Thank you.